Let's talk about the About section of your LinkedIn profile. The About section is your opportunity to really share your story. Ultimately, LinkedIn is still a social network, so you can't just be about pitching and sales. You have to show some authenticity, especially when you have the mindset that you're here to network and create relationships with other people in your industry. Now, the key criteria that I try to express when I write LinkedIn profiles is really trying to capture the essence of who the person is of the profile. My desire is always to help try to create an authentic experience for the reader, because I think that that is what resonates with them most. It's not just about explaining what it is that you're trying to sell, but it's really about capturing the essence of who you are and how you got to your current situation. And that story is really important because stories are what resonate with people. It's the reason that people will be more willing to engage with you if they know a little bit about who you are. So in this video, I want to go over a couple different About sections so you can see some different examples of profiles that I have written and how I craft people's stories depending on the information that they provide me. Now, the first that we're looking at is mine. Mine is a little bit longer than what is necessary, but the reason is because ultimately I have a story that I'm trying to share. From what I have found, there is no correlation to the length of your About section and the conversion rate. It's more about the authenticity and the clearness of how you can describe your offer that actually dictates the results more than length. So I wouldn't get caught up in how long it should be, and instead think more about what it is that you can share that might get people excited. So let me quickly read through my About section. I graduated from law school and passed the Georgia State Bar exam, but I made the decision not to practice law. I was more interested in working in a creative environment developing online selling technology. So I moved to New York. I landed a job at a boutique e-commerce agency, serving as an e-commerce project manager overseeing website development and rose ranks. I enjoyed my time in corporate America, but after 8+ years, I yearned for a change. I felt a call within myself to build something of marketplace value. My challenge was that I didn't know how to provide true value. I started small by helping friends develop websites, design landing pages, operate Facebook ads, and write persuasive copy. Ultimately, I made the decision to focus my efforts exclusively on helping people achieve profitable business results using LinkedIn. LinkedIn sits at the intersection of art, analytics, and business, which are all my interests. I started by helping business owners share their stories by ghostwriting their LinkedIn profiles. During this time, I began witnessing the power words had on influencing conversion and engagement rates. The messaging that I used to describe my clients' business offers quite literally changed the engagement rates. I was able to grow a small book of LinkedIn-specific clients, running systems, writing profiles, angling messages, and taking action managing LinkedIn accounts. Then COVID hit and energy was zapped. Unexpectedly, I lost motivation to take the consistent actions required to manage a LinkedIn account and effectively scale sales. So I sat down and wrote the different roles I needed to fill to manage my clients' LinkedIn accounts even more effectively. I started to form a team of specialists who could work together as a unified support team to achieve impressive results. Here is my idea. Inspire an international team to work together to manage clients' LinkedIn accounts on an extremely impressive level. Pursue Networking was born. Pursue Networking is a community of people helping one another achieve profitable business results using LinkedIn. Our goal has never wavered, and that is to help people achieve profitable business results using LinkedIn. Why ask anyone to start from scratch when we already have the tools, templates, and knowledge? LinkedIn results can mean different things for different people. Therefore, I appreciate the opportunity to connect so I can learn more about your business and help you develop a custom LinkedIn blueprint that will help you achieve your financial goals. And you'll see here, this is the structure. The structure is that you want to start with introducing yourself and share your story. And then you want to highlight a little bit more about what your business offer is so people get some context over what it is that you potentially would want to sell them. This way you can be upfront in controlling your position, being open and honest, and making a more easy, transparent conversation on the platform. At the end of your About section, you want to make sure to incorporate a call to action. This is very important because otherwise people won't know what it is that you're looking for out of this relationship. Are you trying to ask them to reach out to you for a conversation? Are you asking them to follow your company page because you're posting content and you want them to explore it? Do you want them to book an appointment with you? Do you want to offer to give a demo of your platform? There's lots of different call to actions that you can take, but you want to make sure to incorporate some call to action so people who read your story and really understand who you are also know what you want out of the relationship. So next, let's move on to Cynthia's, who is a consultant who's looking for additional work. And here's what we wrote. Hi, my name is Cynthia Churwa, and as a dedicated health professional for over 20 years, it is my blessing to share my wealth of knowledge. Through my years of healthcare research, I know when to ask critical questions nobody else wants to ask, but with a caring approach toward understanding and weighing the community benefits. I have thrived in high-pressure critical situations, from implementing and evaluating HIV/AIDS, TB, and health education initiatives, to researching and monitoring U.S. government, state, city, and private healthcare systems. My core discipline lies in serving as a community engagement independent consultant. Here's the challenge I help communities overcome. Scientists often fail to consider how to incorporate community engagement into their scientific research. The reason is because scientists tend to demonstrate single-minded focus around executing their personal research, while community leaders struggle to consider possible long-term implications underlying the research. Scientific concepts are often vague and challenging to grasp. Therefore, I serve as a community engagement specialist in order to help community leaders conduct conversations across cross-functional stakeholders. I help facilitate collaboration and project management. I enjoy helping communities facilitate meaningful discussion and collaboration between scientists because I feel strongly that the community must be involved in framing research studies that will eventually influence society. I believe that independent regulatory boards are important. I acknowledge that scientific questions are often difficult to answer, but ensuring that the community is asking correct questions is what will ultimately lead to our collective long-term success. On a personal note, I've always had a deep longing to empower the vulnerable children of Zambia, especially orphans and street children. My goal is to open up opportunities for them. I look forward to growing my network on LinkedIn, and I'm honored to spread joy and add value. I encourage you to reach out for a conversation. And you can see here that in Cynthia's, we're using the same structure. We're introducing who she is. We're telling more background information about her and, her business, what she does, what makes her unique. And then we're incorporating a call to action at the end that lets people know what it is that she's trying to achieve out of the relationship and also kind of what she's about. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, oh, I can never write this. So let me give you a little bit of context into how I write these. What I do is I always meet with the clients on Zoom, and I have a conversation with them around what it is that they're aiming to get across. Who is their audience, and what is it that they want to convey? What is it that they want to say? And I conduct an interview on Zoom, and I always record it. And I use a transcription software that I'll add in the comments that allows me to transcribe the conversation from our Zoom call. And what happens is I always now have the language that the client conveyed about how they want to come across. And therefore, it makes it easy for me to ghostwrite these LinkedIn profiles because I had the authentic language that the client expressed. My job is then to just edit it down in order for it to follow the structure that I'm outlining here, which is an introduction, sharing the story, outlining what it is that they're trying to get across, and then incorporating a call to action at the end of the profile that hopefully will spark engagement once the client starts networking on the platform. Now next, let's look at Gary's. Are you currently recommending software to your employer clients without receiving any financial compensation or data management support? Large payroll groups and HR outsource organizations are marketing fully integrated software plus service solutions directly to businesses and consumers. Therefore, having a competitive advantage is critical for CPAs, benefit brokers, HR outsourcers, and TPAs to attract and retain clients in 2021. The Instinctive Hub is designed to be your platform partner solution. By offering a third-party software solution like the Instinctive Hub to your clients, you can effectively compete in today's marketplace. We help CPAs, benefit brokers, HR outsourcers, TPAs, and service providers seamlessly develop a customizable revenue stream while better servicing their employer clients through Instinctive's white label HRIS Platform Partnership Program. The benefit of partnering with Instinctive is we offer up the opportunity to offer your employer clients a white label software solution without needing to handle any technical setup processes. Once you become part of our partnership program, you can earn money for every active client user on the platform. At its core, Instinctive's Hub delivers an architectural modular framework that can be easily configured around an employer's particular business needs. Here are the benefits of the Instinctive Hub. The Instinctive Hub is configurable to the unique needs of each business because our rapidly deployable technology makes it easy to integrate into third-party systems currently being used. Our system allows clients to cost-effectively tap into an expansive chart of core and third-party marketplace providers in order to offer more comprehensive services to clients and their employees. To put it simply, our system and team is architected to allow customizable HR and benefit administrative solutions while fully managing all technical support inquiries. Instinctive's white label HRIS Platform Partnership Program is designed to help level the playing field between client service providers and larger SaaS companies. If you are interested in learning more about Instinctive's white label HRIS Platform Partnership Program, then I would appreciate the opportunity to connect and learn more about your business and your clients. Now you'll see here we changed up the structure a little bit for Gary, where we don't start with introducing him, but instead we're starting with a hook. The reason is because the complicated nature of what it is that he sells, we want to lead with the problem that we're ultimately the platform's aiming to solve, because that speaks more to the audience of the people who would actually buy the platform. And that's different than maybe like a recruiter or somebody who's working more on a one-on-one basis, like Cynthia or even myself, because that is kind of leading more with building relationship with individuals, and Gary is more looking to sell a service by networking with other CEOs and service providers. So at that point, we want to modify the structure a little bit to lead more with a hook to try to capture the audience's attention to really then sell the Instinctive platform. So the thing to remember here is that there's no right way to do this. It's just a matter of trying to figure out what works the best depending on your audience and your message of what you're trying to sell. So lastly, let's look at Matt, who again is a CEO of Wandering Bear Coffee. I am not a morning person. This is probably why coffee has been part of my life. I've always loved everything about it, but especially the caffeine. In 2013, I walked into a Columbia grad school class carrying homemade cold brew coffee and met Ben Gordon, my co-founder at Wandering Bear, who was sitting with a leather wrapped mason jar filled with his own homebrew. Soon after, we started competing with each other to see who could make the strongest, best tasting cold brew. We discovered that when you use the right beans and brew them correctly, strong coffee can be smooth and delicious. We launched Wandering Bear in 2014, hand delivering boxes of cold brew to offices across New York City, and starting our years-long journey to perfect the best tasting, strongest coffee products, packaged uniquely to suit the full range of caffeination occasions, whether at home, at work, or on the go. Fast forward to today, Wandering Bear products can be found nationwide at thousands of grocery stores, including Kroger and Whole Foods, on Amazon, FreshDirect, and Thrive Market, and of course at wanderingbearcoffee.com. Prior to March 2020, we could also be found on tap in more than 2,000 office spaces across the US. Then the pandemic hit. Our office business, representing more than half of our sales, evaporated instantly. We had to reinvent our business. With the majority of consumers now at home, we leaned heavily and quickly into e-commerce and direct-to-consumer delivery. As for many, 2020 was the most challenging and exciting year in our history. It's our dedicated, passionate team and our loyal caffeine-loving customers that made our growth this year possible. The stage is set for an incredible 2021 as we continue to scale up our e-commerce products and team. I'm always seeking to partner with other industry leaders to discuss brand partnerships, new ideas, and career opportunities. If any of this sounds interesting, let's connect. Now you'll see here, I encourage people to show some vulnerabilities. Share what it is that they are struggling with. Share the downsides along with the upsides. The more that you can share your authentic story, the better your conversion rates will be with just your ability to network with people, because you're leading at that point with your profile and your story and letting your profile speak for itself. So I hope this was helpful. I hope that you got some context into how you can craft an about section for yourself and articulate your story. If you have any questions about how to craft an about section or want a second opinion, feel free to drop me a comment or reach out to me directly, and let's do this together.